A billionaire takes her son to dinner, then sees a single dad and does the unbelievable. The five-star restaurant Lamar shined bright. Golden chandeliers glowed, reflecting Era's icy diamond jewelry. The known cold CEO, Era Voss, entered with her 6-year-old son, Evan. Evan held her expensive designer dress tight, whispering, "Mom, I'm scared of the crowd." Era was heading to the VIP section when she suddenly stopped. She saw a single dad, looking tired but smiling. He was in a faded shirt, cutting pasta for his giggling 7-year-old daughter. Evan froze, completely amazed. Era frowned. "Evan, stop staring at that humble table," she said. But the boy whispered, "Mom, I want to sit next to them." But she had no idea that this simple decision would change her life and save her empire. Daniel Hayes was exhausted but happy. He was a single father working 2 hard jobs. A delivery driver by day, and a building maintenance man by night. All to provide for his daughter, Lily. Their life was simple but rich in love. Despite their small budget, Daniel always made sure to take Lily out for a special meal to celebrate small wins. Today was important. Lily had brought home a perfect report card. The Lamar was far too expensive for them, but Daniel had found a small cafe next door. However, a staff member made a mistake and seated them in a quiet corner of the high-end dining area. Daniel didn't correct them because he didn't want the shame of being moved. He simply wanted Lily to enjoy the fancy lights for just one evening. Lily was happy, admiring the lights, unaware that the most powerful woman in the city was about to walk into her life. Era had planned to take a private table, but Evan refused to move. "Mom, I want to sit with that girl," Evan insisted, pulling her sleeve. "She looks so happy." Era, a woman who only cared about logic and business, was surprised by her son's emotion. He was usually quiet like her. She realized her wealth had bought him silence, not joy. A nervous manager came over and whispered, "Madam, that family isn't suitable for your area. Let's move you." Era looked from her son's pleading eyes to the manager's rude face. Her cold edge returned. "My son decides," she said flatly. She walked straight to Daniel's small table. Daniel looked up and nearly choked on his water. He was face to face with Voss, the woman from every business magazine. Era spoke directly. "My son wishes to join your table. May we?" Lily was happy to have a new friend and said, "Yes, you can sit right here, miss." Daniel was nervous about the billionaire's presence, and quickly pulled out a chair for her. He thought, "She belongs to another world. Why would she want to sit with us?" The 2 children instantly connected. Evan was amazed by Lily's laughter. They spoke about school and cartoons. Daniel and Era sat in an awkward silence. As Daniel gently finished cutting Lily's pasta into perfect pieces, Evan watched closely. Era watched Daniel's hands, strong hands that knew hard work. She realized that Daniel provided a connection that her paid nannies could not. Her world was about hiring people. Daniel's world was about doing it himself. The difference was clear. Then, the boy asked Daniel, "Sir, can you cut mine for me, too?" Era froze. Her son had never asked anyone other than his nanny to do that. He trusted this stranger instantly. Suddenly, a rude waiter noticed Daniel's old clothes. He looked at him with hate. "Can you afford that, sir? That is a premium dish. We don't accept charity here." Era's eyes flashed with anger. She cut the waiter off. "Bring 2 more servings and send the check to my corporate account immediately," she commanded. The waiter was scared and ran away. But a rich woman at a nearby table spoke loudly. "I thought the Voss family dined with the elite, not janitors. What a mess, Era. Your image will never recover." Daniel lowered his face, used to this treatment. But Lily stood up on her chair. "My daddy is better than everyone here. He helps people. You are all mean." Evan stood up too. "Mr. Daniel is better than all the boring drivers at my house. He knows how to smile." Era watched the children defending Daniel and felt a surge of respect. She realized the janitor was the most honorable man in the room. But the moment was interrupted. Era's assistant rushed in, panicked. Ms. Voss, emergency board meeting. Someone is trying to take over the company. They have evidence. Era went pale. Her hand began to shake. The pressure finally broke her. She started to collapse. Daniel saw the signs instantly. It was acute stress and low blood sugar. His old training kicked in. He didn't hesitate. He grabbed sugar and water and shoved them into her hand. His hands moved with speed. The staff whispered, "He just fixed the billionaire." Era drank the water and her breathing stabilized. She looked up at Daniel, shocked. "Why? Why did you help me? You didn't owe me anything." Daniel looked at Evan, who was terrified. "Because your son needs his mother alive," he said simply. "And no mother should collapse in front of her child." Era realized that in her moment of weakness, her money was useless. Only this man helped her. She took them to a private VIP room to hide from the cameras. Era sighed heavily. "They are trying to say I am not fit to run the company. They need a medical crisis, and I just gave them one." Daniel looked at her. "It wasn't the food, it was the fear of losing control. You are running on empty." Era was surprised. "How do you know that? What is your background?" Daniel hesitated. Then Evan said, "Tell the story about the time you saved someone, Uncle Daniel." Daniel took a deep breath. "I was an emergency trauma doctor in the military," he revealed. "I specialized in field medicine. That's why I knew what was happening to you." He paused. "But I left the field after my wife died. I was saving other people, but I couldn't save her. I decided I didn't deserve to be a doctor anymore. So I became a maintenance man to be close to my daughter." Era's eyes softened. She saw the pain behind his simple life. Suddenly, Evan stopped playing. His face went white, and he grabbed his chest. Era panicked. "Evan, what's wrong?" Daniel grabbed the boy's wrist. "His heart is racing. He is having a panic attack because he saw you collapse." Evan was crying. "Mom, I'm scared you'll disappear. The nannies say you work too much." Era didn't know how to comfort him. She felt like a failure. Daniel immediately scooped the boy into his arms. "It's okay. I'm right here. Breathe with me." He helped Evan breathe slowly. He asked him simple questions to distract him. Minutes later, Evan relaxed against Daniel's chest. "You smell like clean air, Uncle Daniel," the boy whispered. Era watched with tears in her eyes. She realized her money had robbed her son of the security Daniel provided. Then, the assistant burst in again. "Ms. Voss, the video of you collapsing is viral. The board is meeting to fire you." Era sank into her chair. "It's over." But Daniel stood up. His voice was firm. "You are not a cold CEO. You are a mother, and they are using that against you." Era started to cry. "No one has ever said that to me." Daniel put a hand on her shoulder. "Let me help you. You don't fight a coup with power. You fight it with truth." He analyzed the situation perfectly. The leak was planned. The head of operations, Mr. Sterling, wants your job. We don't deny the collapse. We reframe it. We call it a mother's exhaustion from fighting for her family's legacy." Era was astonished. "You are thinking 10 steps ahead. You could be my chief strategist." Daniel shook his head. "I just know your son needs you to be strong." Era invited Daniel and Lily to her mansion for dinner as a thank you. Evan and Lily ran off to play. The mansion, usually cold, felt like a home. Era watched Daniel helping in the kitchen. She saw a competent doctor and a humble man in one person. Later, they talked on the terrace. "I have entire teams for my son, yet I miss everything," Era said sadly. "I delegate love." Daniel smiled. "I don't delegate because I can't afford to. But also, because presence is the most precious thing we own. My time is my wealth." Evan ran to them. "Mom, Uncle Daniel is like a father to me." Era froze. Her son needed a father. She looked at Daniel. "Tonight you didn't just save my company. You saved my heart from freezing over." She looked him in the eye. Will you come to the company tomorrow? I need someone I can trust. Daniel nodded. For your son, I will be there. The next morning, Daniel walked into the meeting with Era. The children walked in front of them, holding hands. Mr. Sterling smirked, ready to show the video. But Daniel stepped forward. He took over the screen. He proved the video was filmed on purpose by Sterling's assistant. He showed medical evidence that Era was just stressed, not sick. Then, he spoke to the room. Mr. Sterling used a moment of human weakness to attack a mother. This company is built on strength, and Ms. Vasa's greatest strength is the effort she gives for her family. Sterling tried to deny it, but Daniel showed proof of the emails. The shareholders were shocked. They fired Sterling immediately. A major shareholder asked, "Who is this man?" Era looked at Daniel with love. "He is Daniel Hayes, the man who saved my life." The board was amazed by Daniel. They offered him a permanent position as the chief health and security advisor. Daniel looked at the contract. "I will only accept if my schedule allows me to be a present father. My kids are the priority." The board agreed. Evan hugged Daniel's leg. "Please stay forever, Uncle Daniel." Era smiled, her defenses gone. "I want you to stay too, Daniel. As my partner." Lily laughed. "So, are we like brother and sister now?" Daniel laughed, with tears in his eyes. "I think we might be." They left the building together. Era took Daniel's hand. They were no longer the cold CEO and the struggling single dad. They were two parents united. The children ran ahead, laughing. A new family created not by money, but by love.